Hey guys, welcome back to the front line. It's your girl Shamar. Hope you guys had a great week. Come on in the cabin, pull up a chair. Y'all know what time it is. Well, before I do that though, guys, we uploaded a new picture and I want to show y'all just how amazing the hills around here look. I think I shared this with KG, so shout out to KG, shout out to Mimi, shout out to Michael Brown, Michael Murray, Oakland, where you at, Yahada. All my folks who check in daily with me, Mav the Poet, sometimes my brother's listening, Shoshana, uh, Mr. King out in New York, you know, uh, all of my regulars, even if you don't leave a comment, shout out to you too, man. Thank you for coming back every weekend, to see what's going on, right? But this is I uploaded a video of Unifierce and I rock hounding. And this is where we ride out to. It's the Coronado, right? Yeah, the invaders. We ain't far. I always felt like this area is rich in history. And I don't think it's by chance that mother brought me out here, guys. So, Um, and we got a piece of history here too, guys. I hate to use that word history. It doesn't involve me much, I feel like. But we got some land here, guys. And I've been meaning to say to my folks that are listening, if you find yourself in a predicament, you're in a city you need to get out of, don't be afraid to message me in the comments. Trust me, I can accommodate. All right, so much love. Just wanted to drop that in y'all's laps real quick. But this is the area. I'd take you on one heck of a tour of this area. You guys know I'm in Arizona, so if you ever get inclination to visit, hit me up, guys. Hit me up. So no surprise, that's our new background photo, right, guys? So y'all see from the title, this week we're going to do something a little different. It is going to still pertain to our journey to find out what the hell happened at Baal Peor and Moab and get into Ruth, right? But I want to take a slight shift the focus of concentration just slightly, all right? Because I don't want to bore y'all to death with the who begot who stuff, all right? Because typically when people get to that in the Torah, they get lost there. And I used to. But once I started noticing the hidden stuff in it just kind of made me try to, pay closer attention, right? And y'all will get there if you're not there, you know what I mean? But I understand. I wasn't like that outright either. I am now because I see the hidden hands, right? So one of the things I want to do instead of getting to Ruth this week, I want us to talk about the plague that broke out, right? When these men were seduced by the daughters of Moab, right? Because this plague goes back a ways, guys. And I'm going to show you exactly what I mean, right? And what's cool about this is we know over here the serpent is linked to a plague, a disease, right? Because I'm going to take y'all on this journey of exactly what a plague is, right? Or how it affected Israel, right? I forgot to add the etymology of plague. Darn it. And I forgot to add the Strong's Concordance of plague. But do that homework yourself, guys. I can't pull everything in because the folders are getting crazy around this parts. These are all subjects right here we haven't even begun to discuss, guys. And some of these are multiple pages. All right, guys. So today we're going to take a break from the who begot who stuff and just focus today on that plague, right, guys? Because I want to show y'all how that plague came about, right? I'm going to take a break from Ruth. One, I want to take a break from Ruth because I think why I haven't gotten to Ruth yet is because the most obvious part. Ruth is the ancestress of who? A couple of people. One major hijack we know. She's the ancestress of JC, right? But before there was JC, she's the ancestress of who, guys? Of David, second king of Israel. Now, I don't feel like getting into David. People are David sensitive. I ain't in the mood. But what I will tell you is this: I've already addressed David in the past, and what I felt like I saw that he did. Okay. Feel free to go back and look at that video. Second king of Israel is chosen. I would start there, and then I would go to how the third king is chosen, which is Solomon. And you're going to see that something went down there. All right, guys. So if David may have started out, uh, you know, in the Creator's eyes as possibly being a man after his own heart, but we know the way we start ain't always the way we end, right? We can look at Moses and see that, right, guys? All right, so David will be another day, another episode. We got a few people online that's bringing great content to deal with Solomon. Y'all gotta go see Static in the Attic. Did an episode concerning Solomon and controlling those demons and the rings and the alliances with the wives, everything I told y'all. I don't gotta reinvent the wheel. Please go watch that video. It was really good. He released it about the last week or two. And it's about Solomon and controlling jinn and demons and things of this nature, right? So check that out. So this week, I'm going to leave Ruth alone. We'll deal with Ruth in the next episode. Let's talk about this ancient plague, guys, because this ancient plague, uh, we already linked it over here to the serpent. So if you haven't seen that yet, please go watch my serpent video. All right. And then we can clear up the who and what is the serpent. So now that we over here on the front line know who the serpent is, let's go back and visit some of our passages that contain diseases, right? I already showed y'all last week in Numbers 25 and 8 that they broke out with a plague, right? Let's go to it. As a result of dealing with the foreign women, right, guys? Because it says that they went after women of foreign nations. So let's read it in the KJV. Verse 8, and he went after the man of Israel into the tent and thrust both of them through, the man of Israel and the woman through her belly. So the plague was stayed from the children of Israel. Now remember, I told y'all, they're going to try to tell you in the KJV that it's the belly. Other places say, look, right here, you're going to see body, right? You're going to see, I've seen genitals, guys. I don't think they got it listed in here. But in other translations, and I wish I'd have carried it over here, it's going to tell you the genitals. Either way, they got stabbed. And it says here, we're going to first see here, so the plague was stayed from Israel. Y'all remember last week, 24,000 men were hit with this plague for fornicating with these women from other nations. All right, guys. Let's go back though. Where did this plague start? Right, guys? Let's go back. I'm gonna take y'all back a little bit. Let's go to Exodus 9, 1 through 16. And the Lord said unto Moses, go in unto Pharaoh and tell him, thus saith the Lord God of the Hebrews, let my people go, that they may serve me. For if thou refuse to let them go, and wilt hold them still, behold, the hand of the Lord is upon thy cattle, which is in the field, upon the horses, upon the asses, upon the camels, upon the oxen, upon the sheep. There shall be a very grievous murrain. And the Lord shall sever between the cattle of Israel and the cattle of Egypt. And there shall be nothing die of all that is the children of Israel's. And the Lord appointed a set time, saying, tomorrow the Lord should do this thing in the land. And the Lord did that thing on the morrow, and all the cattle of Egypt died. But the cattle of the children of Israel died not one. And Pharaoh sent, and behold, there was not one of the cattle of the Israelite dead. And the heart of the Pharaoh was hardened, and he did not let the people go. And the Lord said unto Moses and unto Aaron, take to you handfuls of ashes of the furnace, and let Moses sprinkle it towards the heavens in the sight of the Pharaoh, and it shall become small dust, in all the land of Egypt, and shall be a boil breaking forth, with blains upon man and upon beast, throughout all the land of Egypt. A boil, guys. It says here, what does it say for the reference? Let's see. I'm trying to get the body relation, but it won't give it to me. It's giving me the cooking relation. We'll get upon to that later then, guys. All right, so we're down in 10. And they took ashes of the furnace and stood before Pharaoh, and Moses sprinkled it up towards the heaven, and it became a boil, breaking forth with blains upon man and upon beast. And the magicians could not stand before Moses because of the boils. For the boil was upon the magicians and upon all the Egyptians. And the Lord hardened the heart of Pharaoh, and he hearkened not unto them. And the Lord had spoken unto Moses. And the Lord said unto Moses, Rise up early in the morning, and stand before Pharaoh, and say unto him, Thus says the Lord of the Hebrews, Let my people go, that they may serve me. For I will at this time send all my plagues upon thine heart, upon thine servant, upon thy people, that thou mayest know there is none like me in all the earth. We know what none is, right? None like me in all the earth. Right, guys? For those JC folks. Okay, now. For number 15, for now I will stretch out my hand that I may smite thee. I may smite thee. Remember, I told y'all who's control of this, right? And thy people with pestilence, right? And thou shalt be cut off from the earth. And in very deed, for this cause have I raised thee up, for to show thee my power, and that my name may be declared throughout all of the earth, right? Now remember, he's raised the Pharaoh up for this reason. The Creator's saying that he raised the Pharaoh up for this reason. All right, guys? He'll use the wicked for the purposes of fulfilling, just like, who was it? Joseph said it. Joseph said, hey, this wicked thing was actually used for the Creator's purpose. You guys meant me evil, but look what came out of this. So we know that the Creator, this is actually a mechanism of the Creator as well, right? As well as sickness and disease, because we also read that sickness was brought onto David's child, right, guys? All right. So this is the plague that struck. This is the plague that struck the Egyptians. All right. It struck their magicians and them. All right, guys. So let's go and talk about this next chapter. So pestilence, fatal epidemic disease. All right. Especially bubonic plague. Okay. Neither prayers nor demonstration halted the advance of the pestilence. Right. Why would they be praying to stop this pestilence? They knew. Let's keep going. They knew all along that this was divine judgment. We read that last week, guys. But if you say that today, you're a nutcrack, right? You're crazy. Let's keep going. Yet our Torah is telling us that's the way it was. I want to go to Deuteronomy 28 and 13, guys, through 28. All right. This is after the Israelites are told all of the blessings that they would receive if they obey the commands of the Creator. However, if they didn't, we're familiar with some of the curses. We just ain't really pay attention to this one like we should have. Okay? Because they've gotten you to a point where you're complacent with these diseases. Oh, I just got high blood pressure. That's not normal. Oh, I got anxiety. That's constant fear. That's not normal. Your body is in a state of constant fear, producing some reactive chemical, right? These diseases are not normal. They knew it all along. Let's keep going. And the Lord shall make thee the head and not the tail, and thou shalt be above only, and thou shalt not be beneath, if that thou hearken unto the commandments of the Lord thy God, which I command thee this day, to observe and to do them. And thou shalt not go aside from any of the words which I command thee this day, to the right hand or to the left, to go after other gods to serve them. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all. Now, here's a funny thing about this right hand, guys. Benjamin, son of the right hand. Anyway, let me get back down here. I don't want to do that in the middle of this, guys. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and all the statutes, right, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Curses shalt thou be in the city. Curses. Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field. Cursed shalt thou basket and thy store. Cursed shall be the fruit of thy body, the fruit of thy land, and the increase of thine kind, and the flock of thy sheep. Right? It says the increase of thy kind, your family, and the flocks of thy sheep. Cursed shalt thou be when thou comest in, and cursed shalt thou be when thou goest out. The Lord shall send upon thee cursing, vexation, and rebuke. In all of these thou settest thine hand unto for to do, until thou be destroyed, and until thou perish quickly, because of the wickedness of thy doings, whereby thou hast forsaken me. The Lord shall make the pestilence. Remember, y'all, that's a fatal epidemic disease. Cleave unto thee, until he have consumed thee from off the land whither thou goest to possess it. The Lord shall smite thee with a consumption, and with a fever, and with an inflammation, and an extreme burning. Okay, guys, this should have been a major clue for us, right, guys? When you have any type of, come on now, we all grown, and ain't nobody listening to this ain't suffer some sort of ailment down there in your reproductive area. Okay? So, if you haven't, we know what the symptoms say. Burning. Right, guys? Where would you be burning from? Come on, y'all. So that's a dead giveaway as to what kind of ailment the Creator was telling us right here was going to be brought on us. That 24,000 that got wiped out, right, y'all? Let's keep going. An extreme burning, and with the sword, and with blasting, and with mildew, and they shall pursue thee until thou perish. And thy heaven that is over thy head shall be brass, and the earth that is under thee shall be iron. The Lord shall make the rain of thy land powder and dust from heaven, and it shall come down upon thee until thou be destroyed. The Lord shall cause thee to be smitten before thine enemies. Thou shalt go out one way against them, flee 7 ways before them, and shall be removed into all the kingdoms of the earth. Removed, right? Remember, Rachel's children is no more. They're removed, right? And thy carcass shall be meat unto all fowls of the air, and unto the beasts of the earth. No man shall fray them away. The Lord will smite thee with the botch of Egypt, and the emerods, and with the scab, and with the itch, whereof thou canst not be healed. What does that say? You will not be healed. No matter what they try to do for you here at the CVS, at the Walgreens, at Dr. Johnson's office, the Creator said right here, you won't be healed. Okay? You can take something to deal with your symptoms, but you ain't going to be healed. Sound familiar? Seem like these viruses, they can't heal, right? It can't heal the common cold. And they can't heal herpes. No. Creator said they wouldn't be able to. The creator said this burning, where'd it go? Where's that burning at, y'all? Y'all probably see it and I don't. That burning ain't going nowhere. Here we go. Extreme burning and inflammation. Right, guys? Extreme burning. A scab. Guys, how does this not sound like an STD? A boil, a scab, a burning, inflammation, a fever. How does it itch? It can't be healed. Don't let these fools trick you into believing that this is just normal. This ain't normal, guys. This is a curse, apparently. Okay? Am I making this up or did it not say that? All these curses shall come upon you. Cursed shalt thou be, right here. Shamar ain't saying this, making this stuff up. It's right here. If we didn't listen to our commandments, right up here, the commandments and the statutes, we wouldn't be going through this. And we was told that. So now we stuck with this thing that won't go away. Right, guys? I encourage you to go and read Deuteronomy 28, 58 through 62. I forgot to bring that in there, but I'm giving y'all some homework today. Please go read that. It's a continuation of the Creator saying, y'all keep this shit up, I'm going to hit you with exactly what I hit Egypt with. That little nasty disease that's been around for oh so long. Let's get to it, right, guys? That plague, that ancient serpent. Let's go to this article right here. I'm going to make this short and quick, right? Why you won't see a cure for herpes anytime soon. You know why you won't see a cure for herpes anytime soon? Because the Creator told us in Deuteronomy 28, you won't see a cure for herpes anytime soon. Okay? But let's read their little article. Just like the common cold, herpes is a widespread illness lacking any cure. What did I tell y'all, guys? Viruses. What is a virus? A serpent. People infected with the herpes virus are infected for life. They have no choice but to manage outbreaks when they occur and hope for less frequent outbreaks in the future. What did I tell y'all? You're going to take something to manage your symptoms. You will not be rid of this. This is your new girlfriend. But in today's modern age of science, it seems that a cure for such a common condition should be easy to achieve. Will there be a cure for herpes ever? Here's the good news. A herpes cure isn't impossible. And science are actually making progress towards this achievement. Unfortunately, these promising cures are still a long way from becoming a reality. You damn right, because this thing been around for a long time, apparently since the times of Egypt when they were struck with these plagues. And I say prior to even that. You know, I believe the Creator used it as a weapon against Egypt, but I believe it was around, you know, as a bacterial source, maybe even prior to this. Okay, guys? So let's keep going. Why isn't there a cure? We already know why there's no cure. We don't even got to read that. It's a complex virus that knows exactly how to evade the immune system's grabs. It lies dormant in the nerve cells for months or years at a time, then emerges without any warning to reactivate the infection. So you got a sleeping serpent inside of you. Okay? That's if you got chicken pox. That's if you got the shingles. That's if you got Epstein-Barr. That's if you got HSV-1. That's if you got HSV-2. It is a sleeping serpent inside of you. Okay? Let's keep going. CRISPR. Now, y'all know I've been already bringing CRISPR into this, right? Because over here, we know what the acronyms for CRISPR is, right? Go back and do your research, guys. I covered this already. It's the palindrome, right? That word that can be read the same forward and backwards, right? Like kayak, like dad, mom, and Hawa, right? There's a word that can be said the same forward and backwards. It means Eve. Who knew? There's a word. However, I feel like Eve represents the palindrome, guys. And this is for my old school heads. They know how I feel about this. The biology is coming back into this, guys. And what do you know? They're looking for the cure. So, of course, they're going to go to the copy template, which is Eve. She's the undamaged copy. I done told y'all that before. My mother's exes are not damaged. My body mother, right? My body mother's exes are not damaged. So, of course, they're going to have to go to the palindromes. She's the backup copy for Adam. All right, guys. So they're trying to do some crazy nonsense with CRISPR. These single-celled microorganisms. See, this is what they like to call it so that you don't recognize that this thing is living. Okay? That this is a parasite. This thing has life. It's a single-celled microorganism. All right. They'll use CRISPR-derived RNA and proteins like Cas9 to block attacks by viruses and other invaders. As viruses approach bacteria, their DNA becomes disrupted and destroyed. Will there be a cure for herpes with CRISPR? A CRISPR herpes cure is possible, but not anytime soon. For the first time in December 2019, Harvard disrupted the virus. For the first time, identified weak spots where the virus may be susceptible to gene editing, right? This is this monstrosity that they don't know what's going to happen. This is when they, what did I call it? A knock and kick in. That's what they're doing on this. They're knocking out the gene that they don't like, and then they pop in the one that they want. But in doing that, you lose some necessary genes, right, guys? So this is a gamble. All right. They want to fight real hard, though, to get the cure. You see how defiant they are against the creator, right? Creator said you ain't going to get no cure, but they trying like hell. They ready to mess around, tinker around with genes to do this. However, that accomplishment is only the beginning of the process for CRISPR's herpes cure. All right. This is an exciting first step, one that suggests it's possible to permanently silence lifelong infections. But much more work remains to be done. I told y'all guys that they want to get in here. This is not the only disease that they want to combat, right? They want to fight the Y death, okay? Because they know that man has a ticking clock, okay? There is a ticking clock, guys, on that Y chromosome, that sex chromosome. All right, y'all. That's what they're trying to overcome. Oh, they're talking about a vaccine right here. Right, here's the current options. What did I tell y'all, guys? Treatments. Head into your doctor's office. Use an online pharmacy or check your medicine cabinet for these effective antiviral medications. That's all they're going to throw at you. Aclavir, Vasaclavir, all this stuff right here. Okay, but they're never going to cure it. Oragel. The current preventive measures for herpes. Y'all want to know what the current... Let me tell you what the current preventive measures. Leave them goddamn Barbies alone. Stop bringing this on over here to Israel. Okay? It said you were going to go after gods of other nations, but it said it was going to start with the introduction of your daughters or your sons to these other nations. That's what it said, y'all. That's how you prevent it. You listen to what the Creator told you. Follow the Creator's commandments. If we had followed them, we wouldn't have these 24,000 dead men. Who, by the way, let's go to this article because I done told y'all that virus will stay on that Y chromosome, didn't I? Check this out. We're not going to get too deep in this article, and we're going to close on this, guys. But I got to bring back the science to back what the hell I'm trying to tell y'all here. When the Israelites sinned at Moab, they brought a plague in on us. The Torah told us so. We just never really paid attention to that, y'all. And check what this article is saying. Dark genome discovery. Guys, y'all know what the dark genome is? Dark genome, well, they're going to tell us in the article too, but that's the junk DNA I've been telling y'all about. They're going to call it junk DNA. You want to know why? That's insulting. They're calling it junk DNA because they don't know what the hell it does. Okay? And that's insulting because the Creator know what it does. Okay? But y'all don't. They should have called it ignorant DNA, but they ain't going to do that, are they? Because they don't want to show, hey, I'm ignorant and can't quite comprehend why the creator put all of these pieces in us. But instead of them owning up to their own ignorance, they're going to say it's junk DNA. All right, whatever. Dark genome discovery. Researchers reveal ancient genetic parasite implicated in human diseases. What is that? Ancient genetic parasite. There goes that parasite again, linked to what? Disease. Just like Shamar said, eating the dust. Let's keep going. You see that 3-strand, right? All right, I want y'all to pay attention to what it says. Let me see. No, we'll go down to here. Research published on December 14th in Nature says, light on a small part of the so-called dark genome. The 98%, right, guys? This is embarrassing, okay, of the human genome whose biological function is largely not known. So how are you going to classify 98% of something junk? What are we supposed to survive off of the 2% we are? Does that make sense to y'all? They're calling 98% of this matter junk and dark because they don't know what it does. All right? In this case, an international multidisciplinary team reported the first high-resolution images and structural details of a genetic element. I've been slipping at the tongue all day today. Sorry, y'all. A genetic element known as line 1, which inserts itself, right here, guys, we're going to have to study this more, which inserts itself into the human genome and is implicated in diseases such as cancer, autoimmune disorders, where your body starts turning on itself, neurodegeneration, and even aging. Okay, so they're saying that this line 1 is linked to this ancient parasitic serpent, guys. I'm not going to put that word serpent in there. Oh, man, my phone is freezing up. This is terrible. There we go. They're not going to put that word serpent in there, but we know we did our homework over here. So we know what a parasite is. It's eating the dust. I hope this week was very helpful and getting you guys to see what I'm seeing as far as this disorder that has been around for a very, very long time. I told y'all before, this disease is older than probably all of us listening together. This ain't no joke. We're talking about thousands of years, according to their timeline. I mean, I don't know, y'all. I don't know. They make these timelines up, but I will tell you this disease is pretty old. And it wiped out 24,000 of us. Whether it was called herpes per se, I can't say that. And we know when we did the etymology sorry about that, y'all. We knew that when we did the etymology on herpes. Good gosh. Sorry, y'all. That it was much more generalized as a term than it is now. It was just general inflammation. Any skin disease that leads to inflammation is the etymology, guys. So yeah, it seems like I'm doing a lot of talking about one specific disorder, but I want to be clear here. The old etymology of this word represented more than just one disease. Okay? So we don't know how truthful they're being with this disorder by this name. All right? But what I will tell you is that there's something that affects them below the lower region. This guy, Phineas, stabbed them in the genitals, and it was stayed. I'm going to end it on that, but I want to point out one little clue that I think, guys, is leading me back down a path of research that might get really interesting, y'all. about a year or two ago, I did a research on the Magyars, and the Magyars were represented by six kings, and they had the Holy Grail, right? Remember, guys, I told you I see Leah holding that Holy Grail in the Marvel episodes, right? And I keep linking the blood to that, right? Guys, it's something in Deuteronomy 28 and 4. And I'm going to leave y'all on this that has been nagging me. And y'all know when mother starts nagging me, we're onto something probably pretty big. And I'm going to just say that when I was researching the Magyars, who became the Hungarian nation, they were doing blood oaths, guys. They were doing blood oaths. And y'all can see probably from one of my folders on this page that things are going to get real interesting. I don't care if you got to pause this and really look at this. It's going to get real interesting around here. That's all I got to say. I just think it was a very peculiar thing for the creator to ask for the sickened people the way they were asked for, to face the sun. And I also think it was a strange thing that Joshua asked the sun to stand still. Very, 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 very strange. But that's all I'm going to say. I'm still digging on that, guys. And that's very premature, but that hasn't left me alone. It's Numbers, what is it? Numbers 28 and Numbers 28 and 4, I believe. So I'm digging a little more in that. KG's been helping me out with some of that in the background too. So thank you, KG. Still got to catch up with you. But I'm still dealing with this. I ain't tell a lot of y'all, but I got a new neighbor here who is an idol worshiping Hebrew Israelite, and I have been sharing not necessarily my research or any of the videos, but she'll call sometimes with a question. And so I got a message early today, and not today, yesterday. So I'm expecting a call of that nature. So I'm going to go ahead and take some time for myself, prepare myself some notes, because I have not had to defend my stance on JC in a long time. I mean, I came to that revelation, guys, 3 years ago. So now I'm having to defend my stance on this thing. Not really defend, but show someone. You know, most of you guys came to me with that already known. You know what I mean? But now I have to show this to the sister, and she'll either reject it or won't. But I made it very clear that my belief systems are fixed. You know, another YouTube content creator was sent to me, and it was, you know, to be polite. Hey, can you watch this? It was so ironic too. It was, hey, can you watch this? And I don't like to dismiss without investigation, but turned it on, and there was the New Testament. So I had to politely let her know that I don't read the New Testament, you know. So I've got this ongoing exchange going on, guys. So, but, and I know you guys probably have that in your daily life too, right? So shout out to you for standing on your truth. Shout out to you for sharing that truth. And shout out to you for tuning in every week. All right. Let wisdom guide you. All right. Much love to you guys. Let Father keep you. Let wisdom guide you. I love you guys much. See you guys next week. Thanks for tuning in.